Yes, ma'am, you can start.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. And students, sorry for the disturbance. So now again, we'll start from the facts of personality. So first one is birth order influence our personality. So birth order is nothing but the child who born first in a particular family will have good relationship and friendship with the person who born first in the other family. Then second one is personality is relatively stable because it was coming from it is inborn. So it is from gene. So some personality means some characters and some behaviors we may change due to our day-to-day experiences. Then third one is traits linked to certain illness. So third part, traits is nothing but our gene only. So it was linked to certain illness. That is, for example, what we discover unnoticed connection between neurotic personality traits of 5 illnesses. Means there is some relationship between the central nervous system and our personality disorder, that is called traits linked to certain illness. Then third one is animals also have personalities. Yes, this all things are done under research and research based proof. Then 5 core personality, that is extraversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and openness. Means these 5 personality traits everyone will have. So that is called 5 core personality trait. Next, personal preferences. So they conducted one research in University of Toronto and found that individuals who identified themselves as conservatives were higher in personality trait. Means a higher in personality trait in the sense conservatives were higher in personality traits in the sense nothing but orderliness. Means they follow everything, each and everything they follow order. It should be in order, it should be neat, it should be clean. Like that they'll be following. So that is called personal preferences. Then Facebook profiles and personality. So this is also the researchers found that observers were able to get an accurate read on a person's personality based on their Facebook profile. Maybe it may be true because they did a research. The Facebook profile, what we are fixing, based on that only we can say one particular person's personality. Sorry, actually from today morning we have some electricity problem. And next is personality disorders. So personality disorders, next we are going to discuss about personality disorders only. So that is also one of the fact. Next, cardinal traits are rare, and some cardinal traits are rare to find in a particular individual. In many cases, people become so known for these traits that their very names become synonymous with that type of personality. Then last one is pets and your personality. So there is some relationship between the pets and our personality. So this is also the researchers discovered that people who identified themselves as dog people tended to be more extroverted and eager to please others. So extroverted, introverted, maybe you may have some idea about extrovert and introvert. So introvert means they won't express anything outside, but extroverted means they express everything outside. So they are eager to please others, they are saying. So while those who describe themselves as cat, people tended to be introverted, means who are perceiving themselves as a dog, they'll be extroverted, and they some attitude, some characters, it was linked to them. That is the dog's attitude, character, and their personality was linked to the individual. Then some people who perceive them as a cat, they may be having introverted. Introverted means they won't express anything, etc. So this is just simply some 10 facts about personality. Now only we are going to enter into our main topic, that is personality disorder. What is mean by personality disorder? And there are some different personality disorders we have, so that we can see. So first we see what is mean by personality disorder. Till now we discussed about what is mean by personality and what are the facts about personality. Now we enter into personality disorder. So if anything happens, any disease occurs in personality means what are the different types of disorders we have. So personality disorder is the type of mental disorder in which you have a rigid and unhealthy pattern of thinking. So we have rigid means very strong, means it won't be flexible, and unhealthy pattern of thinking. We have unhealthy pattern of thinking and functioning and behaving also. So the way we behave, the way we function and way we think, everything will be unhealthy. So that is only considered as personality disorder. A person with personality disorder has trouble perceiving and relating to situations and people. So he cannot able to perceive the things. So the things what is happening surrounding us, he have some trouble in perceiving it, what is right, what is wrong, etc. And relating to the situations and people. What we are observing, they cannot able to relate with the peoples and the present situation, what is happening surrounding us. So this is this is called personality disorder. Nothing but everything will be affected if we once get disorders in our personality. That is thinking, functioning, and behaving. Because thinking, functioning, and behaving is important for our day-to-day life. So next is there are some then next is causes. So why we are getting personality disorder? What is the reason? So first one is genetic. So already we know personality itself, it is a trait. It is coming from one gene to, means one generation to another generation. Some personality things are coming from one generation to another generation. So first one is genetics. So genetics play a major role. Generally, all the psychiatric disorders, hereditary plays a major role. If the mother or father having particular disorder, means there is a chance for the children. There is 40% chance for the children also to get the get particular psychiatric disorder. So same here in personality disorder also, we have genetics as a cause. Then second one is abuse. Abuse in the sense, maybe in their childhood period, means in their young age, they may have sexual abuse, verbal abuse, etc. also play a major role in becoming personality disorder in future life. Next is childhood trauma. Childhood trauma in the sense, if they have any bad experience during their childhood period, for example, stepmother, stepfather, those experience also make the child to get personality disorder. They may enter into antisocial, and mainly these type of people, this childhood trauma peoples, they enter into antisocial behaviors. Then verbal abuse. So verbal abuse also one of the reason. If they have the experience of verbal abuse in their childhood period or in the young age, in future there is a chance for getting personality disorder. Then high reactivity, nothing but sensitivity. Some peoples will be more sensitive to the things. So those peoples also there is chance for getting personality disorder. Sensitiveness also makes some personality disorder. Then last one is peer group influence. So peer group influence is must because we are spending time with our family. We are spending time more with our peers, means outside peoples, outside, especially maybe friends, co-workers, etc. So there is chances for getting personality disorder due to peer group influence. There is a chance of getting personality disorder in future. So these are all the causes of personality disorders: genetics, abuse, childhood trauma, verbal abuse, high reactivity, and peers. So next is we can see, okay, now we know what is the personality disorder and what are the causes. Now only we are entering into the disorders, types of disorders, what we have, types of personality disorder. Actually, it was A, cluster B, and cluster. They gave one name, that is cluster A, cluster B, cluster C. So cluster A, paranoid personality disorder, schizoid personality disorder, and schizotypical personality disorder. Under cluster B, we have antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissistic personality disorder. This four disorders coming under cluster B. Next, cluster C, we have avoidant personality disorder, dependent personality disorder, and obsessive personality disorder. Now we just see what are all the symptoms present in paranoid, what are the symptoms present in schizoid, and what are the symptoms present in schizotypical. So those three comes under cluster A. So first let us complete cluster A disorders. So first one is paranoid. So you know the meaning of paranoid, I think so, because in psychiatry, we used to use this word more frequently, paranoid. So paranoid is nothing but having suspiciousness. So here, what may be the symptoms? If the person who have paranoid personality disorder, what symptom they may have? So first is the thoughts, feelings, and experience with the paranoia may cause to, because of they have paranoia, the suspiciousness means how their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. First one is find hard to confide with people, means easily they cannot able to get satisfied by others. Maybe friends, family members, relatives, neighbors, etc., etc., and hard to confide. So they cannot able to have a satisfied relationship with other people. So that is first point. Second one is find difficult to trust with people. So they won't believe others first. Then last one is having difficult. So if they have those first 2 points, automatically they may be having difficulty in relaxing. They cannot relax themselves. Because they are not mingling, they are not satisfied with others, and they are not trusting others. So automatically they cannot maintain a good healthy relationship. So that leads to difficulty in relaxing. They cannot able to relax in their life. So this is these are all the symptoms of paranoid personality disorder, comes under cluster A. Next one is schizoid personality disorder. Many people with schizoid personality disorder may find difficulty forming close relationship with other people. So here also the more or less same thing, because cluster A means those three conditions will have more or less similar symptoms, but little differences will be present. So in schizoid personality disorder, they find a difficulty in forming close relationship with the other people. So they cannot able to find close relationship with other people. They cannot make first of all relationship. So automatically no relationship means no close relationship. Then second one is prefer to be alone with their own thoughts. Here your in the sense those people means the person who got affected by schizoid personality disorder, he or she prefer to be alone. He or she never mingle with others, and they will be having with their own thoughts. They'll be having their own thoughts. They'll be thinking so on. So it is more or less equal, like preoccupation. They'll be preoccupied with their own thoughts and beliefs, and they'll be alone. They never mingle with others. Next, emotionally cold towards others. Emotionally, they won't show that much of emotional reaction towards others. For example, getting angry, aggressive behaviors, etc., won't be there. Emotionally cold to means they never bother about others. Next is choose to live their life without interference from others. So here without any disturbances. That only, that is again the same point, prefer to be alone point. Choose to live your life without interference from others. They don't want anybody's disturbances. They want to be alone. So the same meaning only comes. So this is about schizoid personality disorder. Again, comes under cluster A. Then third one is means in cluster A, the last one is schizotypical personality disorder. So here they may experience distorted thoughts or perceptions. Distorted thoughts or perception. Distorted means nothing but some disturbances in their thoughts and perceptions. Perception means the things, what they are perceiving from outside. Then second one is find making close relationships extremely difficult. Here also the same thing. So now you can see in three things, there are some points are similar. So in this paranoid, schizoid and schizotypical, there is one common thing, that is they have, they cannot able to make close relationship with others. So that point was present. So next, think and express yourself in ways that others find odd, using unusual words and phrases, making relating difficult. Means these peoples will use, maybe this symptom you might have saw in schizophrenia also. So they may be using some unusual words. Maybe that words we doesn't know. We might not have heard that word, but those peoples will be using some unusual words and phrases, sentences, making relating difficult. Means we couldn't make it related, means which word it was and this word belongs to which meaning, etc., etc. We can't know. And even those peoples also, simply they'll be using some odd words and phrases. So that is last point in schizotypical. So cluster A was over. Next we move to cluster B. So in cluster B, first one is antisocial personality disorder. First one is antisocial personality disorder. Antisocial, the word gives the meaning. Antisocial, just opposite to the society. So what are all the norms, what are all the rules and regulations in the society, they never follow. Simply they'll be doing some antisocial behaviors. For example, first one is behave dangerously and illegally. So all criminal activities comes under antisocial personality disorder. Next, behave in unpleasant way and aggressive. They behave in unpleasant way and aggressiveness. They have aggressiveness. Aggressiveness means, you know, I think so. They'll be throwing things. They'll be shouting, showing angry towards others. Some aggressive behaviors, that is beating, etc., etc. They may do. Unpleasant way. Unpleasant in the sense it was not accepted by the society. Then have problems with the empathy. I think you know the meaning of empathy. Sympathy, empathy, we know the meaning. So empathy is nothing but they won't stand in others' position and they realize what problems they have and how they are. Those things and all they won't think. Simply their happiness and their thing only important for them. So they never bother about others. So have problems with empathy. And hurt others in the sense, always they'll be hurting others and they won't satisfy others and they won't make others happy. They won't make others happy. They simply their own happiness and their own activities was must. They never feel for others. They never think about others. So that is the last point in antisocial personality disorder. Then this is cluster B. First one we completed. In cluster B, second one is borderline personality disorder. This is nothing but emotional. This is another name for borderline personality disorder is emotionally unstable personality disorder. Emotionally unstable personality. So emotionally unstable means they are not stable at all. So first point is they may experience difficulty with making relationship. They may experience difficulty with making relationship. Again, the same point only coming in all the personality disorders. Because if they have disorder in personality, automatically we couldn't make good relationship with others. Only next, feel worried. Always they look worried. They'll be thinking something, and their face won't be happy. Next, have intense emotions. Intense is nothing but deep emotions that can change quickly. So having intense emotions that change quickly in the sense, for example, sometimes they'll be happy, sometimes they'll be unhappy. Maybe for example, in the morning time you are seeing means they'll be speaking with you, they'll be interacting with you nicely. Their face looks very happy, very exaggerated. But immediately the same day evening, if we see, they become dull, worried, etc., etc. So their emotions will be going on changing. It is not stable at all. Next, find hard to make stable friendships. So automatically, they can't maintain good stable friendships. Means, for example, this particular friend is my friend for past 4 years, 10 years, like that. They won't have stable friendships. Simply, they'll be changing their friends also because they are emotionally unstable. Then have suicidal thoughts. So it is little, we have to take care if we are meeting this type of personality disorder peoples in our posting period or our maybe when we are working or whatever it may be. So we have to take care of this particular type of personality disorder. We should be very careful in taking history or interacting with them, because these peoples will have suicidal thoughts. As like a schizophrenia and a depression, they'll be having suicidal thoughts. So we have to, maybe if we are finding that they have some suicidal thoughts, means we have to give counseling and we have to speak with them. Next, seems angry and have struggled to trust other people. So they seems angry, means angry face they have, and have struggled to trust other people. So they are unable to trust other people. They won't maintain good relationship, and trusting relationship they won't maintain with other people. So they have some problem in trust also. So these are all the symptoms which is present in borderline personality disorder. Next is, so actually in cluster B, we have antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissistic personality disorder. So this whole combined called cluster B. So in histrionic personality disorder, they may feel very uncomfortable. Uncomfortable if you are not the center of attraction. Here, you in the sense the person, the individual. So they want to be in center of attraction. So if surround means the people who are surrounding them, if they are not bothering or if they are not showing attention towards this particular person, means they feel uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. So histrionic personality disorder was very easy and it was different. They need center of attraction. That's what means everyone should see me, everyone should praise me, everyone should feel proud about me, like that. Those feelings these people have. So if nobody bothering about themselves, means automatically they'll become uncomfortable. So it was little interesting compared to other types of personality disorder. And feel that you have to entertain people. You in the sense, again, the patient, you have to entertain the people. So they want to entertain others. They want to entertain others, means because they are the center of attraction. So they want to entertain others. Whatever, if they say joke or if they say something also, we should listen. And if they say jokes, we should laugh. So those type of feelings also they have. They want, and also they want to entertain others, means they want to make them to be with this particular person, and they have to praise always, etc. Feelings will have. Sometimes they make rash decisions. Rash means, something hard, and means immediately they will be taking the decision, whether it is right or wrong, whether it will give a good output or a bad output, because if I do this thing, what may be the future consequences I'll get. So those things are they never bother. Simply they'll be taking some rash decisions, and be easily, next is easily influenced by others. These people easily influenced by others. So influenced in the sense, if we say something, if we just praise them, they just simply believe you. So that is called influenced by others. Then constantly seek or feel dependent on the approval of others. Approval of others means always they feel that others should approve it. That is, in the first point itself, we have a center of attraction. They want to be center of attraction. So nothing but approval. He is great. He is super. She is super. She is an extraordinary dancer. She is an extraordinary speaker. She is an extraordinary person. Like that, they want some approvals from others. So they constantly, they are seeking, constantly in the sense of going on, they need that type of approvals and good names from others. So these are all the symptoms of histrionic personality disorder. Compared to other personality disorders, these points are little different. Next is Narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder is, this is also little different compared to other types of personality disorder. May believe that special reason that make you different. Means these people, they want to be different compared to others. Next, these people also feel upset if others ignore. Means if others are not accepting them, immediately these people will get upset. And be seen as selfish and dismissive or unaware of other people's need. Other people's need. They never bother about other people's need. First, they want to satisfy their need, and they feel selfish in the sense they want to complete their own needs. Whatever they need, they want to buy. Whatever they expect that to be done. So those type of feelings these peoples will have. Dismissive means they will be doing for themselves only. They never bother about others. So in beginning itself they have given the word selfish. And next, last one is put your own needs above other people's. Put your own needs above other people's means my own needs I'll be getting from others. Means the other person, he has to first satisfy my need, then only he has to satisfy his need. That type of expectation these peoples will be having. Means his work to be done, he never bother about others. So that is the last point of narcissistic personality disorder. So antisocial, borderline, histrionic, and narcissistic. These four disorders are coming under cluster B of personality disorder. See, categories of personality disorder was very important. Sometimes they may be asking, discuss about cluster A, discuss about cluster B, discuss about cluster C. Directly they'll be asking. So that time you have to know the classification and what are the disorders coming under cluster A, cluster B, and cluster C. And based on that, you have to write. Next is cluster C. So in cluster C, first one is avoidant personality disorder. So this is also little different. Avoidant word itself gives the answer. So avoidant means they just avoid all the things. They don't want to mingle with anyone, and they won't maintain good permanent relationships and all. So first one is may avoid work or social activities. May avoid work or social activities. So they just avoid work doing in the public places. Next, expect disapproval and criticism. Expect always they'll be expecting that others will be disapprove me, others will criticize me, because they know that they cannot be accepted by others. So they'll be expecting that one. Anyhow, he will be scolding me, he will be criticizing me, he won't accept me, like that. Those things they know. So always they'll be expecting disapproval and criticism. So criticism means something saying about others. Next, so here others in the sense the particular person itself expecting that others won't be accepting me. So always they'll be criticizing, like that they know. Next, worry constantly about rejected. So always they feel they feel worried that others are rejecting me, like that. Then feel lonely and isolated. Then feel lonely and isolated. Always they'll be alone. And they feel also, actually, the first thing is they won't mingle with others. At the same time, they feel lonely. They feel for their loneliness and isolated. Isolated is nothing but separated. Next, last one is avoid relationships, friendships, and intimacy. They never maintain good relationship with others. They won't make friends, and they won't be intimate. They won't be intimacy. Intimacy means close relationship also they won't maintain, because of fear of rejection. Why they are not making relationship, why they are not making friendship, why they are not maintaining good intimate relationship is they have the fear that they may be rejected. So that is the reason they are not maintaining relationship with others. Maybe if I speak with him, he may not accept me. So before interacting with him itself, he or she feel like that, and he or she never mingle with others. That is the reason, due to fear of rejection only, they are not maintaining good relationship with others. So this is avoidant personality disorder. Then dependent personality disorder. So here dependent also, the word gives the meaning depending on others. So feel needy and unable to make decisions or function day to day without help or support. So feel needy in the sense they need something, but they have to depend on others. They can't do by themselves. That is the problem in dependent personality disorder. They need something, but they have to depend on others. If nobody is there to help him, means he or she cannot able to make decision and function the day-to-day life without the help or support. So they need support, and they need a person to make decision, function, whatever it is. So they'll be always depending on others. They can't able to make their individual decision. Then allow others to assume responsibility for many areas of life. So maximum things can be decided and done by their friends, relatives, parents, etc. They never do anything in their life. What are all the responsibilities they have to do, that also they will be giving to others, because that much dependent they are. That is one of the personality disorder. Next, low self-confidence. These type of people never have good self-confidence. Next, see other people much more capable than him. So they know people who are living around me, they are more capable than me. Like that, they know what is happening also, they know, but still they cannot able to make their own decision, cannot able to stand in their own legs. They'll be going on depending on others. So that is the main problem in dependent personality disorder. Then last one is means in cluster C, last one is obsessive compulsive disorder. So obsessive compulsive, generally we know the meaning of obsessive compulsive disorder. So here this is obsessive compulsive personality disorder. So these peoples, again different, need to keep everything in order. They want to keep the things in order. So the order should not be changed. For example, arranging the shelf, arranging the kitchen items. So whatever it may be, this particular item should be here only. That item should not be misplaced. So that type of attitude these people will be having. Need to keep everything in order. Then have high standards for him and others. These people, they follow high standards for themselves and also for other people's also. Means other people's in the sense maybe his friends, family members, neighbors, husband, wife, etc., etc. Next, third one is think yours in the sense here we are speaking about the patient. Think yours is the best way of doing this. Means what I am doing was best. Nobody can do like me. Nobody can complete the task like me. So those type of feelings these people will be having. Then worry about him and others making mistakes. Maybe if he makes mistakes or others makes mistakes, they worry because they can't able to accept worry. They want the things to be done perfect. So they, if others or himself, they make mistakes, people become worried. Next, feel very anxious if things aren't perfect. So they become very anxiety or anxious if the things in the sense what is happening surrounding him if it is not perfect. Maybe for example, simple example, if his wife, mother did not arrange the kitchen articles properly or books in the shelf properly, immediately the person will get anxious. Why these things are not perfect? Like that, he'll be getting anxious. So this is cluster C. So cluster A, cluster B, cluster C. So these are all the categories or types of personality disorder. Cluster A, paranoid, schizoid, schizotypical personality disorder. Cluster B, antisocial, borderline, histrionic, narcissistic personality disorder. And cluster C, avoidant, dependent, and obsessive personality disorder. So these are all the types as well as categories of personality disorder. So this cluster A, cluster B, cluster C, three are very important, because these three clusters only giving the types of personality disorders. Next, coming to the management, signs and symptoms we have saw in each clusters. Coming to the management, main is psychotherapy. In psychiatric diseases or psychiatric disorders, means main is psychotherapy only. It may be individual therapy, group therapy, family therapy, etc., etc. So we have to speak with them. We have to interact with them. And next, medications. What are all the medications we can provide us? Antidepressants we can give, mood stabilizers we can give, antipsychotics we can give, and anti-anxiety medications also we can give. So here antidepressants, why we are giving? Because for personality disorder there is no special drugs. Only for personality disorder you can give this type of drug, like that we don't have. Why? Because you might have saw A, B, schizotypical, paranoid. So more or less it was related to all psychiatric, psychotic diseases, example schizophrenia, mania, depression, etc., etc. So here there is no special drug for a personality disorder and all. So only the thing is we can reduce the symptoms and we can control the symptoms what the patient have in each personality disorder. So only drugs are common. You can see first one is antidepressants. So antidepressants, why we are providing this? In some personality the people's may be in depressed mood. In one condition we have some morning he will be very happy, evening he will become sad, or morning he will be very sad, evening he become very happy, like that, mood swings, that is emotional instability we have saw. So automatically if you provide antidepressants, means it will maintain the neurochemical levels, and that emotional instability can maintain. So for that purpose we are providing antidepressants. Next is mood stabilizers. Mood stabilizers, the word gives the meaning again. Mood stabilizers itself what stabilizing the mood. Then antipsychotic drugs. Antipsychotic medications, why we are providing is in schizoid, schizotypical, and all, they will be having some psychotic symptoms also. So those symptoms may be reduced. And also anxiety and anger, because in most of the personality disorders we have saw anxiety and anger also. So those things can be controlled. Means symptoms may be reducing. And then last one is anti-anxiety drugs. So this may reduce the impulsive behaviors, that anxiousness. For example, in the last one we have saw in obsessive compulsive disorders, they are very perfect, over perfectness, and if the things are not kept in order, they'll be becoming anxious, like that, and all we have some. So those impulses we can reduce if we provide anti-anxiety medications. So these are the medications we can give, but main thing is, as for psychiatry we have to give more importance for psychotherapy, because compared to the drugs, psychotherapy works out more. So we can either give an individual therapy or group. Maximum individual therapy is best in personality disorder, because we have to assess their personality and we have to know which type of personality disorder the patient comes, and based on that we have to provide the psychotherapy. And medications also you can give just to control the symptom. Then moreover you have to teach about a follow-up care, that is must in psychiatric nursing. So if they skip the drugs, again the course will be starts from day one. So we have to say the importance of drugs and importance of management, what we are providing for the patient during hospital stay and also during discharge. Not only to the patient, means patient, maximum things we will be discussing with the family members only in psychiatric conditions. But some patients are there, they'll be listening what we are saying. So we have to educate both the patient as well as the family members about the management of psychiatric nursing and importance of management of psychiatric nursing. So I hope you might have understand that class personality disorder. Maybe there are some spelling mistakes in the space, like it's corrected, because we have a electricity problem past 2 days. And then this is about personality disorder. and what is the cause of getting personality disorder. So here, coming to personality disorder, there is more importance for the categories of personality disorder only. We should give more importance. I hope you all have got some idea about personality disorder. So thank you, students. Thank you for your patient listening. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Hello. Participants, hello. Participants, now the stage is open for questions. You have to ask the questions.
Hello.
Hello. Now the stage is open for doubts, questions. If you have any clarification, you can ask with Madam. I'll start now. I hope there is no doubts. So, thank you all. And I would say that this is a very useful topic, which is very useful in our day-to-day life, because we come across a lot of people in our day-to-day life. We ask, why is he so arrogant? Why is he so not adjusted? Why is he behaving to me like that? Why is he doing this to me? So many a times it is a very useful topic for the general public to say about personality disorders. But we always question ourselves, why can't I do this? Why can't he do that? So I think this is very useful to deal with regular day-to-day life. Many times we all behave in a different way. We all show our anger. We may not have personality disorder, but we have personality traits inclined towards the disorder. Many times towards depressive traits we may have, anxiety traits we may have, obsessive traits we may have, but we may not have personality disorder. So ma'am, this was a very useful topic for all of us, for a general public as well as students, to deal with day-to-day life people. So studies suggest that personality cannot be changed that easily, is what the previous belief was. But recent studies shows that personalities can be changed through thorough and constant effort of psychotherapies and managements. So I think we would again meet Satishri ma'am in the same platform in another alumni lecture, saying how to deal with this kind of people. Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a good alumni guest lecture. I would like to all the faculties and all the students to give us a wonderful platform and information regarding personality disorders. Thank you so much, and thank you one and all. Yes, and sorry for the interruption caused.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a nice day. Bye.